What's up everybody, my name is Justin and welcome back to another episode of Whiskey Tears. On today's video, we're doing the Lux Row Double Single Barrel. Okay, so if you are a detective, you might have noticed this. Well, I am in the process of selling this house and then eventually building another one, which in that house hopefully will have its own dedicated whiskey room slash little speakeasy. So it's going to be a little weird on the channel here for probably the next year or so while I'm moving around and kind of getting that in place. So bear with me, still going to try and do a lot of great content for you. So today, doing a brand new bottle. I did pop it the other day and I now had to tape over it because for some reason I got a little unlucky with the cork here and it's a little not staying in. So when I popped it the other day, when I put it in, it just kind of pops back out on its own. Now it's not doing it, of course, to make me look like a dummy. But anyways, today, Lux Row double single barrel. So it's a 4-grain mash bill and a double single barrel. So it has 2 single barrels that were then mixed together into this. So it has a perfect and flavorful mix of Lux Row's finest mash bills, wheat, rye, corn, and malted barley combined together in perfect harmony. A traditional rye bourbon distilled from the finest ingredients, an unmistakable spicy flavor with hints of caramel, vanilla, and smooth mellow finish. A defiantly smooth wheated bourbon made from an award-winning recipe dating back to 1849. Notes of caramel and citrus abound with a velvety oak finish. So it's coming in at 115 proof, so that's kind of what made me pick this one up. The wheated barrel was filled on 8/14 of 18, and the rye barrel was filled on 7/11 of 18, which makes this approximately 5 years old. So I'm excited to try it today. Okay, so this is the first bottle I've had from Lux Row that actually has their name on it. Obviously, I've had a few other things here that's distributed by them, but nothing ever with its actual name on it. I think the bottle looks great. It's got the rose, or the whatever that's called, the rose gold on there. I love it. I think the bottle looks really cool. I'm excited to try it today. So let's get the nosing straight out of the bottle. A creamy caramel vanilla, but with something in the background too. Definitely a creamy caramel vanilla. Something nice in the background though. It smells really nice there on that smell coming out of the bottle. So I'm excited to try this one today. We'll see if the cork works this time without the tape. That would be nice. It was not working the other day. We'll see. Hey, it's working. So I'll take the tape off for now. I don't know what was going on the other day, but appears to be working today. All right, let's go ahead and get the nosing straight out of the glass. Ooh, yeah, it's definitely got those same creamy caramel and vanilla notes, but definitely a hint of spice in the background. I guess because that's the rye coming in. It's the mix of the wheated and the rye. 4 grain in there, so it had the corn, the wheat, the rye, and the malted barley. It smells really nice. There's some kind of fruitiness in the background, but I'm having a hard time pinpointing what it is. I think overall I'm getting more of the wheated on the nose than the rye. The rye is like a nice little hint in the background. So we'll see how it is once we get to the palate. But hey, if you haven't done so already, do me one big favor. Hit like, hit subscribe. We are getting close to, maybe even by the time this is coming out, 1,100 subscribers. Moving on, it's absolutely free for you. It means a lot for me. Cheers, everybody. Okay, first impression was I really liked that. That was my very first impression. It was much sweeter and kind of like, almost like a apple sugary. Oh, guys, that's really good. It's definitely got a nice, strong, sugary, like a like you would get on a candy that like almost like a Sour Patch where it has the sugar coated on it, but it's not sour like that. But it's kind of got that quality of that sugariness to it a little bit. It does have some viscosity with that creaminess. It's got a little bit of oak, a little bit of caramel, a little bit of vanilla. A lot of that sugariness, and it's got a sweet note on there, which I don't know what that note is. It's almost like a fruit punch. I don't think I've ever had fruit punch has been one of my tasting notes that I've ever put in a taste before. What did it say here? Definitely citrus. It said citrus abound with nice oak caramel citrus, yeah. Spicy flavor, yeah, pretty much everything it says on the bottle. It definitely has that citrus note, but I think it's like a medley of citrus, so that's what's giving me kind of that like fruit punchy vibes. But yeah, it's like sugary fruit punchiness with the underlying like caramel, vanilla, a little bit of oakiness in there. Just a hint of that rye spice in the background, which kind of I think elevates all the other flavors up a little bit more, accentuates them really nicely. And it finishes with like a lingering oaky, sugary, and a little bit of that caramel too. I'll tell you what, I was not expecting a lot out of this bottle for some reason. I guess I should have, because I like the other stuff that I've had from Lux Row, which is the blood oath stuff, but really impressed so far. All right, so 115 proof from Lux Row, the double single barrel. I think that's the first time I've ever seen a bottle referred to like that, but I think it's a hit. I think that's really good. I think that is definitely worth a buy. I got it for $80. That's what I got this for. Got it for $80 recently at my favorite store here near me, Marketplace Wine and Spirits in California, Maryland. So appreciate them having this bottle in there for me to pick up. All right, let's go ahead and rank this thing on the tier system. Let me do one more drink here before we rank it on the tier system. Yeah, every time I drink it, I feel like I get like something different is accentuated by it, because you got the 4 grain, you got the double single barrel with the 2 types of whiskeys in there, and I think they really accent each other nicely, so that depending on maybe how much or where on the tongue it hits, you may focus in on one of the notes a little bit better. And it's got some viscosity to it, which I really appreciate it, and it's 115 proof, so I like everything about it. I have no complaints about this whatsoever. It's got no bitteriness to it at all. Finishes really nicely. It lingers a little while in your mouth, which is always good, because when you're sipping on a whiskey, you can't just sit there and pound it like a beer. You want it to linger and sit in your mouth for a while after you drink it, because you're going to be sipping on it unless you're going crazy. But yeah, I really like it a lot. So for me, on the tier system today, it's going to officially rank much higher than I was expecting. I'm going to put this thing on the A tier. I like it that much. It is really, really good. I am super pumped that I have this in my collection now, even though my collection is missing behind me, and it's giving me like, I don't know, it's just making me feel like I don't own anything, even though I own like 120 bottles right now. But yeah, it's making me feel like I have nothing with all this up here. So I'm really excited to have this one in the bar. The Lux Row double single barrel with the 4 grain mash bill, Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, coming in at 115 proof. It's a banger. I like it. It's going on the A tier for me today. Have you guys had this bottle? What do you think of it? I'm pleasantly surprised. I was expecting like maybe high C, low B is what I came into this expecting, never having had it or really watched any reviews on it before. But yeah, it's really, really good. I enjoyed it a lot. So let me know what you think of it down in the comments below if you've had it before. Make sure you hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you for your next drink.